In 2021, at the age of 36, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Its symptoms include shortened attention span, difficulty completing tasks, and forgetfulness. Though it's more commonly diagnosed in childhood, over 300 million adults around the world have it. The ADHD diagnosis was a huge revelation for me, but it probably didn't come as a big surprise to all of my past roommates. Every person I've ever lived with has at some point been frustrated at how messy my desk was, how bad I was at doing the dishes, or how I had to be reminded multiple times to take out the trash. But now, I can't help but wonder how mad those same roommates would be to find out that lately, I've been spending a lot of time cleaning. Just not in the real world. House Flipper launched in 2018 and is developed by indie studio Empyrean Games. As the name suggests, it is all about taking rundown houses and renovating them so that you can resell them for a profit. In practice, that means mostly just doing a lot of cleaning. Washing windows, picking up trash, vacuuming. You're basically just doing chores. And guess what? Not just me, but everybody loved it. House Flipper reportedly sold over 2 million copies across PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox, and now has more than 75,000 reviews on Steam with an average rating of very positive. Funny enough, a bunch of other massive games released around the same time have far less reviews. And I don't know if that means it's a really good game or there's just a lot of ADHDers out there. Empyrean went on to create several DLC packs, including, no joke, a Cyberpunk pack. And because the game was so huge, they went on and made a sequel to it, which just arrived on Steam last week. Okay, very cool, and congrats Empyrean, but why? What is it about cleaning that is fun? Why are we choosing to paint walls and redecorate in our free time when we could be doing literally anything else? And for someone whose ADHD makes cleaning in real life so not enjoyable, what is it about cleaning in a game that is so appealing? Well, let's start with the number one tactic, checklists. Trust me, they work in the real world as well as they do in House Flipper. Every task in the game is presented as a list of things to get done, with your completion tracked by percentage. You might enter a room that looks like a nightmare, but the quest tracker will always keep things split up into a list that makes working through it piece by piece easy. First, clean up the dirt. Then wash the windows. Then paint the wall, and so on. What House Flipper taught me is that even a job that seems overwhelming can become easier to handle by breaking it into smaller pieces. And checking off those pieces one by one can be deeply satisfying. But it's not just House Flipper pushing us to do virtual cleaning. Other games have started exploring this topic from different angles. One of my personal favorites is 2020's Barn Finders. In Barn Finders, you run a pawn shop. In order to make a profit, you have to visit a variety of abandoned locations, mostly, barns, and try to locate potentially useful items. Like with House Flipper, a lot of the gameplay in Barn Finders is simply walking around these levels and picking up trash. Barn Finders has more of a traditional gameplay loop in selling items in the shop, but trust me when I say that's not the real fun of the game. The best part is visiting new locations, some of which get pretty out there, and digging through garbage to find the items of actual value. Barn Finders is all about finding that diamond in the rough, and it's a reminder that something worthwhile could be hidden even under piles of trash. Who knows what treasures are waiting for me to discover if I ever clean up this desk? Playing this game makes me want to find out. So House Flipper mostly stays grounded in realism, Cyberpunk DLC aside, and Barn Finders stretches things a little more into the realm of the fantastical, but nothing like this game. This game takes things to a new level of crazy, and the actual gameplay is focused on basically just doing chores. PowerWash Simulator came out in 2022, developed by the indie team at FutureLab and published by Square Enix? Yep, the same people behind Final Fantasy put out PowerWash Simulator through their Square Enix Collective indie publishing initiative, and we'll show you the proof in just a minute. So, have you ever seen someone using one of those incredibly powerful high-pressure water sprays? Maybe you found yourself watching power washing TikToks and feeling strangely satisfied watching how those things just remove layers of dirt and grime in seconds. That feeling is what PowerWash Simulator is all about. Whether you're hosing down a car, a skate park, a mansion, or a Ferris wheel, there's just something supremely relaxing and zen about entering a level that's absolutely caked in dirt and whisking it all away. Oh, did I mention that you also get to hose down the Mars rover? Yep, on Mars. PowerWash Simulator also got a bunch of outrageous downloadable additions, including level packs themed around Back to the Future and SpongeBob SquarePants. They even just added free Christmas-themed DLC where you power wash Santa's workshop. And since it was published by Square Enix, there are also free add-ons where you can clean Croft Manor from the Tomb Raider series and the Scorpion robot boss from Final Fantasy VII.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
Whatever the location, though, the best part is at the end of the job, when the game shows you a time-lapse video of the impressive cleaning work you just finished. God, just look at that. Hook that up right into my veins. Thank you. And that's the real lesson I took from PowerWash Simulator. Yes, cleaning can be fun, but the true joy is that immense satisfaction you feel after a job well done. That unmatchable feeling of proudly looking over your work and knowing that it's spotless now, at least for a week or so, until your unmedicated ADHD pushes you to ignore it as it becomes a giant mess again. Just kidding, I'm medicated now.
Let's go.
Listen, I've always been disorganized. I don't think any video game is ever going to fix the fact that my desk looks like a bomb full of receipts, old mail, small change, and video game controllers went off. But just like that ADHD diagnosis helped me understand myself better, games like House Flipper, Barn Finders, and PowerWash Simulator have taught me things I didn't realize about myself. They've taught me that I can find enjoyment in those everyday tasks and chores that I struggle to get done. I just might need them to be attached to an experience bar or at least play a cool celebration song when I finish. Is that so much to ask?